can everyone hear me? Let me just test the sound. One. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, we're live. All right, let's invite our beautiful guest. And Emily's here already. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Khalifa. That's so nice to have your support, guys. Oh, my friend Cindy. Good morning, Alex.
Hi, good morning.
We have our Elevate girls to support us
Yes,
here, Khalifa and
it's so
Emily.
nice. Thanks for joining.
Oh, I like your deck, your back, the
Thank you.
lighting and the
Thank
wall.
you.
You
This
must
is
have
my
the
this is my baby's nursery.
oh,
Yeah.
you must have the most stylish house, right?
Um, Parts of it, but no, not all of it. It's funny because people think that interior designers have the most beautiful homes, but really, we're just like everybody else, and we have a budget. And I'm going room by room. I moved in, it was my boyfriend's house. So we're slowly, as we go, we're doing just one room at a time. Slowly, we've done the kitchen, we've done the bathroom, we have the baby's room, but yeah,
It
one
looks
room at a time.
it seriously it looks mega stylish for a baby
Thank
room.
you.
I mean,
Oh, thank
that
you.
light is just,
Thank,
yeah.
thank you.
I love it. So, Alex, how long you been doing this kind of interior design work so far as
So I I kind of I graduated from my interior design program in 2012, but I only really started my own business about a year and a half ago. So I've worked for interior design firms before, and I've seen sort of the negative environmental impact that it has, and I wanted to do better, and I wanted to make a difference. And when I was designing this nursery, I was pregnant with my second son, and I was just, I was doing a lot of research on the chemicals and we're hearing more and more about sort of the issues with polyester and BPA and in fabrics and stuff like that. And I was freaking out. I was designing my son's nursery, and I was like, I wanted everything to be healthy. I was doing everything I could while I was pregnant to stay healthy. I was exercising and taking my prenatal vitamins and eating well. But then I'm like, I'm going to bring him home and put him into this room full of, fabrics and things that are off gassing and that are toxic. And it was very overwhelming. And I said, I can't be the only person who is, thinking of this or wanting a healthy home for their families. And I said, I have to do something. So that's when I officially was like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm starting my own business, and I'm going to focus on healthy, sustainable interiors.
yes.
And I founded Alex Shield Design. And here we are.
Isn't that amazing? Our babies come and change our life around, don't they? They're
They
just like,
do.
I love it.
Totally.
I love it.
In
I love
every
it.
way.
They change our bodies, they change our brain cells, they change
Yes.
how we think and how we rethink and reset. And it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I
Yes,
love how our babies
definitely.
bring life to us
Wish you
and
knew
to us.
that when your kids were born. Yes, I know. And you know what? It's not something that I mean, we learn as we go, and we're learning. Sorry, that was a comment that came up, but
Yes.
we learn as we go, and so we do the best we have with the knowledge that we have available, and then as we learn more, we make those healthy changes, and you can still have a healthy home for your family. We'll talk about some things that you can do if you want to make changes now. It's not just when you have your babies, but
Yeah. We can, Cindy is our nutritionist and our holistic nutritionist in our Lovejoy app. So she's creating awareness. Together, we're creating awareness of all this hormone disturbance and disruptors and how it's affecting our health. But I'm sure we can reverse it. It's not too late to reverse the damage. It's never too late to replace that carpet. It's never too late to replace that mattress, right?
yeah.
And I never took all these things seriously until my last baby as well. My Greek friend from Montreal, she said, "You're lucky. I'm not going to have any more kids, so you can have my crib," which is, I did years to find it. And I was like, wow, she's crazy. Like I wanted to make sure the paint is special and the mattress, I looked everywhere for it. And you won't believe it, how hard it was to find this specific model I wanted. And I was keeping it for some special person, and I guess that's you. And you can have it for $100. It was 3 times more that. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then I didn't realize that my kid will start chewing on the actual crib and removing the paint. And I didn't even see him doing it. I just saw chips of paint missing
Yep.
from the
Yeah, or
frame.
around their mouth.
There was
Yeah.
nothing around his
Yeah.
mouth. And I was like, why is the paint missing in the frame? And I was so grateful that my friend did the research for me, because none of my other babies wanted to chew, the bed frame,
Yeah.
and it was not like a monster aggressively. I don't know what he was, I didn't even notice he was doing it until I saw the paint missing. So I'm so grateful that she did that research for me, because who knows what is in the paint? You're so right. And
Yeah.
I'm shocked. And the mattress, we used it for so long, and it's been such an amazing mattress, and we flip it and we flop it. And for a while I wanted a mattress that is breathable, that there is this new mattresses that is nothing in between and it's air, and it doesn't matter if you flop it or not, it's just the same. And I was like, wow, 400 for this mattress, and how long I'm going to use it? Like 2 years.
Yeah. So
But
I think,
tell
yeah,
us.
so that's the thing. There's a cost, there's a cost as well, but that's the thing you have to sort of remember when you're designing a nursery is that um your baby's only going to be in there for a couple of years, and then it's going to change to a big kid room, and then there's another expense, right? So
Yeah.
so as you're designing, sort of try and keep that in mind. But to go back to talk about the crib a little bit, both of my sons chewed the crib, and I had no idea. Like I mean, I knew that babies put everything in their mouths, but I didn't think they would eat their crib. And yeah, so I would go in and my son would have, like, white paint chips all over his and I mean, still I was freaking out, but because you don't want them to eat that
No.
anyway. But so our crib, so we buy a lot of secondhand furniture just because we're trying to live a more sustainable lifestyle,
Yeah.
and we're trying to not to encourage new production because there's so much out there already. But the crib we ended up buying new. One, because for safety reasons, people say, just be careful with secondhand cribs. You got yours from a friend, so that's one thing. But if you're buying off a marketplace or something, they might not have all the pieces. You want it to be safe for your baby. So, either buy new or get it from somebody that you know and trust who's used it.
Yeah.
And then what we were looking for specifically was a GreenguardGold certification. So GreenguardGold is a certification that, and essentially it certifies that the product or the furniture has been tested for, I think it's somewhere over 1,000 different toxic chemicals. I don't think it's been tested for every single.
I'm taking notes. What is the name of this?
GreenguardGold. Gold. Yeah. So
Great.
It's been tested for over 1,000 different chemicals, and certified safe for your babies. I mean, I don't think it's like 100% non-toxic. I wouldn't be able to speak to that, but it's one of the safer ones on the market. And also our crib, it's a baby Leto crib, and it's I'm looking over here because I'm looking at the crib, but it's really cute, it's stylish, it wasn't overly pricey, it's all sustainable wood, and it has this GreenguardGold certification, so that was super important to us. And then the mattress, we went with an organic mattress. I recently saw on I'm part of a mom's group on Facebook, and somebody posted something about they were looking for a new mattress. Their baby was moving to a big boy bed, and they were looking for a twin mattress, and they were looking for recommendations. They had done some research. And there's a lot of different mattress companies. Naturepedic is a really good one. Avocado, they have both of those have healthy mattresses, and they were kind of looking at the pros and cons, but it's very expensive. And somebody wrote, "Oh yeah, don't even worry about that. It's just fear mongering." And I had a really hard time with that because Yes, sometimes there is, that's part of the marketing. Companies are trying to be more green and they're trying to be like, buy our product because it's the safest one for your baby. But really, there's a lot of research out there on all of these materials and the possible side effects. And so what I would recommend is just to do your research. And I know that it's a lot, it takes a lot of time, but once you've done the research and so Naturepedic, you can buy um, the baby mattress, and then you can buy, the next size up, the twin mattress. But then you always know, okay, well, Naturepedic is a safe option. So when I'm going to buy a mattress, I'm going to buy from here because I've done the research. Um,
Yeah,
and yeah,
amazing. And then it gets
yeah,
peed on when they're trying to be
yeah,
clean.
it's well, and then you put an organic cotton mattress cover, right? And
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
yeah.
yeah, there's a lot
But
of,
you have at
organic
least,
cotton bedding and mattress cover. And because even the mattress covers, a lot of the mattress covers contain a thin layer of some sort of plastic that isn't necessarily safe. So, you might buy this organic healthy mattress and have this beautiful healthy crib, and then you buy this, piece of plastic, not piece of
cover
plastic, but they contain,
that do that.
a plastic cover. So again, Naturepedic is a good option. Avocado, Savvy Rest is another one. um, there's
Naturepedic.
tons of them out there.
Yeah.
There's more and more healthy options available. Like I said, it's just about doing the research. And then, if you go back to cost, it's expensive to buy. It's expensive to buy a mattress in general.
But
And then when you're buying an organic mattress, it's even more expensive. And
yeah,
for a baby's crib, it's like, okay, but my baby's going to sleep in here for, 2, maybe 3 years, and then you're going to upgrade. Like, why am I spending this much money? And I think, you need to look at your budget, and you need to also look at, your, what I would say is do the
your
research. And I think there
priority.
are other places, your priorities, exactly. And I think there are other places where you could save. So we have these curtains I bought on Marketplace. This lamp I bought on Marketplace. This chair is a Restoration Hardware um, nursing chair, a very expensive, beautiful chair that I bought on Marketplace. Um, the dresser we already had, we sanded it down. So there's a lot of ways that we were able to save, and
Yeah.
then we splurged on things like the crib. Actually, and the crib and the mattress, I've used them for both my babies. So,
Yeah. And
we got
you know
two.
what? Babies spend a lot of time sleeping because they're
Yeah,
growing. So they're inhaling all that stuff.
yeah,
Their skin is constantly in
yes,
contact. And you're thinking, okay, I want peace of mind. I might not
yes.
go for Starbucks for 2 years. It's fine.
There you go.
Priorities. And then,
Exactly.
the landfills are full of these mattresses. And then you think long term as well. Is this biodegradable? Is this good for the planet as
Yeah,
well? So you have your conscious
yeah,
and your peace of
yeah,
mind. I think it's worth every
yeah,
penny in my
yeah.
logic.
And then, you know what, you could sell it after too. I mean, I think that um, I prefer to have a new mattress. Or well, anyways, both my babies use the same one, but we had a new one for my first baby, and I think the recommendation is to have a new mattress for every baby and every person. But if you don't have the money and you still want an organic mattress for your baby, you can buy a secondhand one and you can have it professionally cleaned. You can vacuum it. You can, there are other alternatives to help you save money.
So Nutrition Connection is asking if there are places you trust for secondhand furniture online or in store, because
So,
you guys are in Montreal.
so I wouldn't say necessarily places that I trust, because it's, if you're on a marketplace, obviously you're dealing with anybody, right? um I shop a lot on either Garage Sale is one app, and Facebook Marketplace is the other one. There are a few, like we have a community center in our area that has furniture. um you can drive down the street in the spring, and you will find stuff sitting out on the road. Maybe I wouldn't, maybe don't pick up a mattress, but for furniture and stuff like that, you can
Yeah,
you can get a lot
yeah,
of free stuff just driving around the neighborhood. But I think, again, it's in doing your research.
yeah.
So part of what I'm trying to promote in interior design as well is sort of slow design, and really getting an idea as to what you want, and look for the right piece. So don't just, okay, my baby's coming and I need something, so like let's just buy something, and then you're replacing it in a couple of years because you didn't end up liking it. Or so get a really good sense of what it is that you're looking for, and then wait for it. So this lamp, so I'm sitting in my son's nursery. My son he turned 2 in December. Okay, this lamp, I think I bought it in the fall, and this is what I was kind of looking for, something this style. But
Yeah.
until then, I had something else because we had something in the house, and I had never found the perfect piece, and I didn't want to buy new. So I found this on Facebook Marketplace,
Yeah.
picked it up. I'm super happy. Same thing with his bookshelf. I wanted a specific bookshelf, and every time I found one, it sold really quickly. And I just waited. And so he just got his bookshelf like a couple months ago.
Amazing. It doesn't matter. It's worth the wait, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about, because you mentioned it, you know, kids need to sleep, they need their siesta. And I have this, you know, light shutter curtains that they smell funky
Yeah.
occasionally. When it's sunny, when
Okay.
the sun is blasting and I'm using them to blind the, you know, as a mega, you know, it just pitch
Yeah.
black. It's just pitch black. But I am aware of this smell and I don't know why and what do you recommend to replace it with? Because I have
So
no idea what to do with this.
blackout curtains are traditionally used and are traditionally made using PVC, which contain phthalates, which can off gas into your home and cause harmful side effects. So PVC is one of the main plastics that we want to avoid.
I failed my
And
baby.
no, like I said, we do the best that we can with the information we have at the time. And I mean, you don't know. Everybody needs blackout curtains, right? So you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the store and buy blackout curtains. How do you know if it's, not everything marketed for babies is healthy or safe for babies, but
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately people are just out there to make money.
Yeah, and we want the
Um,
fastest, you know, Amazon. I just went quick. Tomorrow I need to have this.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly.
yes.
So,
So what do you recommend?
so there are healthier options available. So I usually go custom. So like I said, I bought these curtains secondhand, but I put in the blackout liner. So if you have the budget for custom curtains, which is, more expensive, you can get healthy, like I work with Two Sisters Eco Textiles, is a company in the US, and they have healthy fabrics, and essentially everything is organic and contains no chemicals, is not harmful for your health. And they recommend certain fabrics for their blackout, and it's just essentially a thick fabric. So you have your beautiful fabric that you choose for your curtains, and then you have your blackout liner that will not off gas or be unhealthy for your baby or for your family. What was I going to say as the other option? The other option is, if you don't have the budget for custom, Pottery Barn, which is still, maybe a little more expensive.
Which one is
Pottery Barn, Pottery
Pottery
Barn.
Barn? Okay, because we need to put all this info in the caption after.
Okay, well, I
Because
can send it to
okay,
you. It's fine.
yeah,
So Pottery Barn has an option on their website where you can filter for what you're looking for, and you can filter for sustainably. I think it's sustainably sourced, non-toxic, and fair trade. So not everything on their website is necessarily sustainable, but you can add those filters in, and you can find curtains with blackout liners that have been tested for, again, a number of chemicals that they certify safe.
perfect. So there's options because I thought that
Yes.
there's no option. I don't know, you know, where to look for that.
Well,
Amazing.
and I think the options are just not,
Advertised.
they're out there, but it's not the mainstream yet. So you kind of have to know what you're looking for, and then go looking for them and do the research. So it's, yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. So this is like a little heaven there. So, okay, so we talked about the crib, we talked about the blackout curtains, and what about the carpet? Because you mentioned in one of your posts that this is also critical, and I want your resources on that. Where do we
Okay.
find where to get them?
So rugs again, your baby, is crawling around on the floor, they're putting everything in their mouths. They're going to spend a lot of time playing on the floor in their room. So a healthy rug is I would say a priority as well. So what you're looking for are natural materials. Avoid polyester. Polyester, one, will never biodegrade. So if you buy a polyester rug, it will literally live longer than you, like hundreds of years longer than you will. It will not break down in a landfill. I think in some cases they can be recycled, but I think very few rugs are actually recycled. So look for natural materials. Look for organic cotton. I want to say wool, but wool is iffy because there's the ethical sort of side of wool, in terms of the animals, and sort of where your wool comes from and the treatment of the animals. And then I need to do a little bit more research on this, but I think there's some chemical processing of the wool as well. But there are, so I think the best option right now is organic cotton. And again, cotton uses a ton of water. So it's like nothing is perfect, but I think if you're looking for a healthy rug, organic cotton is probably your best option.
Yeah.
So I shop all of my rugs for my projects I get from Rugsbyrooo.
Rugs.
So Rugsbyrooo is a essentially Sandy's the owner, and she is a distributor of healthy, safe rugs. She has other items as well for kids. If you want to check out her website, super cute stuff, but all sort of healthier options for it. She aims for sort of, she's targeting babies and kids, but she also has, you know, rugs for any room. We have one in our living room. We have one in my baby's room. So the one in here is, the brand is Lorena Canals, the one in my living room as well. Lorena Canals, I think they're based in the UK. They have natural cotton rugs as well. And washable. Choose a washable rug.
Yeah.
So my rug, and not ruggable, because ruggable are polyester. So again, will last forever, will never break down, not healthy.
Yeah.
But this rug in my baby's room is a natural cotton rug, and it's machine washable. And I have put it in the washing machine before, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it comes out clean and fluffy and beautiful.
I agree. I have two rugs in my kid bedroom, and it's like cotton, like the planet Earth with animals, and washable. It's so nice that I can wash it, and the color is the same. And then the fluffy rug by his bed that is also washable, because they get disgusting, and you need to be able to wash it, right?
Yeah, especially like my kids were spitting up all the time, and
and
you know, and
it come out so fluffy, like brand new, right? They're like really, really washed. But there is one carpet we have in the living room, and my son now is moving more into the living room to play. He wants to have his, you know, train tracks and take over the world with it. And yes, I can't wait for summer to come to get rid of this thing, because I vacuum it every day and I still feel that it's gross. And I need it because it's cold. I don't want him his feet and, you know, to be in the cold floor. It's winter, but I had my eyes on this IKEA organic wool carpet, and it was like $400, a massive thing. I needed to get it delivered, and in the end I chopped out of it, because I was like, oh, we just keep the carpet for 3 months and then I put it away, you know. I was like, then it's like heated floors, so why not? But it's the wool thing. I looked into it more than the cotton, and I found that it was handmade in which is this country, is like fair trade, and it's just like organic, and I didn't see any, you know, animal cruelty issues, or I didn't find that there was an issue with the sheep. But I mean, if you start doing that deep research, we're doomed. You're gonna be depressed, because I mean,
so and that's why I decided to start my own business, because now that I'm sort of learning all this and I'm aware of all this, I want to share my knowledge. I want people to know, even if, so obviously I offer interior design services, but I also want to educate people. I want you to be able to design a healthy home for your family. So why is it that this information is not, you know, readily available, or what do we believe? Because there's a lot of greenwashing. There's a lot of, like, you know, it's more trendy now to be sustainable and to be green. So You go on a company's website and it's like, well, okay, but they say they're better, but they don't say why they're better. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, even if they claim to be vegan, eco-friendly, you still need to dig into it. Like,
yes,
really,
yeah,
are you really certified? Is it really
yes.
true?
And
It's
that's
the
what I
same.
do.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. So I ask all of the questions. I go on their website, I check what information is there. And if there's anything missing, I ask them questions. And so, once I've vetted my supplier, then I'm comfortable with them and I will refer them and I will use them. But it's a lot of research, I guess, upfront when you're vetting a new supplier. And this is why I have a very hard time buying anything new, because I have a million questions to ask. Where is it made? Where does it come from? Who makes it? Is the person making a living wage? Is it healthy? What is it? What's in it? It's
Yeah. And I really don't like the smell of new stuff. There's always the way they package it. There's always something chemical to package, to put it in the, in like the way it's transported with trains and trucks and planes, it's just like, it's that smell.
and
So
it's and what happens is, like, they wrap everything in plastic, so everything, all the toxins kind of get stuck in there, and then you open it at home and it's like poo, and then it's all in your house, right?
yeah.
And there are some things that will off gas and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And there are some things that, like blackout curtains, when the sun is shining on them, then they're gonna continuously off gas. So I think, there's again, you're looking at your priorities.
Yeah.
Can I go back to rugs just for a minute?
Oh,
Because
yes,
I
yes.
forgot one important point. I just wanted to mention too, wall-to-wall carpeting. Um, I don't mean to scare you, but the majority of wall-to-wall carpeting contains formaldehyde, which is another, oops, just lost my earbud. So wall-to-wall carpeting can contain formaldehyde, which can off gas into your home literally for decades. So even if you've had your wall-to-wall carpeting for 20 years, it could still be off gassing into your home. So I wouldn't recommend it for a kid's room. We have all hardwood. We do have wall-to-wall carpeting in my bedroom, which I cannot wait to rip up. But again, it's like, if I rip up I'm waiting till the spring after the winter, because we're right over the garage. But then I have to buy an area rug, which is another, another cost. So yeah, just another one to sort of keep in mind, is that wall-to-wall carpeting is not the healthiest option.
Okay, we're gonna put that all in the caption so
Okay.
people can have that as a good reference. So much information. And we have a question for
Yeah.
Emily. Do you have any tips for purchasing local products when traveling? What would be the top 3 questions to ask? Oh yeah, because she's coming back with gifts, so we need to help her out.
Good question. So, okay, well, I would ask, so if you're talking about, like, purchasing something wherever you are, I would ask where it's made, what it's made of. I think also the price has a lot to say about something, and we tend to, um, people think, oh, if it's sustainable, it's going to be more expensive, but if you really look at something and what it costs, you have to think that the retailer is making a profit, and then after the retailer makes a profit, the manufacturer is also making a profit, and then what's left for the materials, the cost of the materials, and the person making the product. So when you find something that's a really good deal and you're like, oh my god, wow, this is like, how could I don't even know how this could be this cheap, I'm gonna buy this. Think about, okay, well, it's probably cheap because the materials are cheap and the person who's making it is maybe not making a living wage.
Yeah,
So those are all things sort of to consider when you're
traveling.
well, or anything, when you're shopping just in general.
Yeah.
But when you're traveling, I mean, if you're going to like local, fairs or marketplaces or things like that, I mean, I think a lot of that stuff is all
Yeah,
handmade.
exactly. If it's
The
local,
person,
it should be okay, right?
yeah, the person standing there is probably, had probably made it. So you could always ask, but
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. And what do we have other questions? So, okay, so we covered all the bedroom stuff. We covered the crib, curtains, and carpets. What other things do you think is critical? Because I know I want to buy plants. I know you're not a plant expert, but if you were to put a plant that helps, you know, like an air purifier, to get off the gas from the, you know, the blackout curtains, what would it be? Is there one that is safe for bedrooms? Because I don't have any
So,
plants in bedrooms.
okay. So plants, I would say, I am not a plant
Yeah,
expert,
yeah,
but
didn't know.
I definitely recommend having plants in your home.
Yeah,
I think, okay, so I think that to actually purify the air, you need to have a lot of plants. It's not just one or two
okay.
plants. So I think I wouldn't necessarily use it as an air purifier, but plants, there are studies that show that bringing elements of nature into your home, whether it's plants, colors, textures that you find in nature, sounds even, they actually increase productivity and psychological brain activity, and just sort of promote wellness. You can actually, some people sleep better because you know when you go out in nature, you just feel good,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It just has this effect on
Yeah.
you if you're out walking in the
So
woods,
just
right?
imitate that. Yeah.
So bring some of those elements indoors, you know, and bring them into your kids' rooms, and bring them into your home. And if you're not if you're not a plant person, if you kill plants, if you can't keep them alive, there are like little watering devices you can put in them. Um, I don't I don't recommend fake plants because they're plastic.
Collect dust.
But
Yeah.
you could buy secondhand fake plants, you know, if you wanted
Mm.
to. Fresh herbs in your kitchen, yeah, of course. So there's tons of ways that you can sort of bring that into your home, even if it's like, you know, you're out picking wildflowers with your kids, you know, when you bring them in and
Exactly.
put them in a vase,
I
or
was
dandelions, or you know, whatever.
going to share
um
that. I used to take my firstborn for long walks in the forest, and every time we find a cute little stick or a cute little cone and branches and stuff, and I have a collection of this giant
yeah.
glass
Yeah.
vase of all the stuff we
Oh,
found in the
that's so
forest.
nice.
They're fading now, the color is fading, but the smell is still there, the forest
Yeah.
smell, and visually it's cute and it has
Yeah.
memories. So
Yeah.
I think that applies to what you just said. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. And then the memories part, that's just a whole other
Yeah.
layer to it. That's really nice.
Yes. Yes.
But I would recommend for sort of air purifying. You can get an air purifier, but really, if you dust and mop and vacuum often,
Yeah.
and open the windows, you know, you should be able to keep your, I mean, depending where you live. I don't live in the city, so so we have nice clean air here, but
Yeah.
you know, just like air out your house even in the winter, you know, open your windows on a sort of mild day,
100%.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
put a timer on so you don't forget to close them, and then, you know, just with all the like, we keep our windows closed all winter, and then if you have air conditioning in the summer, you keep your windows closed. Like, when are you ever getting fresh air in your house, right? we
Exactly.
don't we don't have air conditioning, so at least in the summer our windows open. We have fans, we have ceiling fans. But really, really important to circulate the air as well, because all of the dust, all of the everything from the any sort of toxins from fabrics or anything like that, they all end up in the dust. We can inhale them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you.
another important thing.
These are great. This is so much information. I'm so excited. You have something more? Yes.
I have something else I want to mention. I just want to talk about wall covering. So
Oh,
paint
yes.
is one thing. You know, when you're painting, choose a low or no VOC. So VOC, no, volatile organic compounds. Paint off gases, but not forever. So, you know, if you're gonna paint and you have a paint that is not low or no VOC, then, you know, make sure you let it air out for quite a while before it actually becomes your baby's room. But there are, like, Benjamin Moore has no VOC
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and wallpaper is another one to be careful of, because wallpaper can off gas. So wallpaper um, can contain PVC. Sometimes it can even contain lead and arsenic. And if you have it sort of on the crib wall and your baby is picking at the wallpaper and maybe eating the wallpaper, that could be super dangerous for them. But also can constantly sort of off gas if the sun is shining on it. There are healthy wallpapers available, so look for wallpapers made of recycled paper, water-based inks, There's even a wallpaper company that has a potato starch paste.
Oh, wow.
So it's all natural. That's Rebel Walls. And they have really, really beautiful designs as well. So just if you're looking at sort of the kind of a cute wallpaper for your room, try and keep that in mind as well.
Oh, wow.
There is, and there's a, I was looking for a local wallpaper company with eco-friendly wallpaper, and I found one, and I was so excited, and their website said eco-friendly wallpaper, but they didn't say how they were eco-friendly. So I reached out to them and I asked them a few questions, and they wrote back and they said, oh, actually, we used to be eco-friendly because of the machines that we use, but we recently got new machines and it's no longer eco-friendly. And I don't have the details as to how they were eco-friendly because they didn't share that.
That's
something
criminal.
to do with the machines, but they had never removed that from their website. So this is why I always ask questions, and especially if it doesn't say it's eco-friendly because we use this, that, and the other thing. It just said eco-friendly, and I was like, okay, but what does that mean? What is, because there's eco-friendly and then there's, but is that, is it
it's like
recyclable or is it
the marketing? It's not true,
right? How is it eco-friendly? So yeah, ask a lot of questions.
There's some angry moms out there want to know.
Yeah.
Oh wow, my son's bedroom is full of wallpaper. It was already there when we bought this house. Didn't even cross my mind. So now I am like gonna be extra.
Now you're taking it down,
sniffing around and like making sure. Yeah. Oh wow, a whole mind blowing here. We have a question. Okay, humidity checker for the plants. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then love the name Rebel Walls. Who would have thought potato starch? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. I wonder how long the color and quality lasts. Oh yes, that's
so
true.
It's a good question. And so far, I mean, in every project that I've seen the wallpaper used in, it lasts. You can check them out. They're based in Sweden. So just keep in mind if you do order from them that you'll get there's like a taxes and duties sort of charge when it comes in. But it's fairly reasonably priced, and they have incredible designs. I think they have two versions, and I think they have like the paste, sort of do-it-yourself paste, and then they have a peel and stick. I think the paste one is the better, more eco-friendly, healthy option. But I mean, they've been around a long time, so I would assume that it's the quality.
Amazing. Why all the good stuff are in Europe? What are we doing here?
Yeah, we're a little behind. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much for your time, Alex. This is
You're
great.
welcome. It's great to chat with you.
So much awareness now. I didn't even know all these things. I need to keep an eye for my little people. Yeah. We want to transform our house to be safe, healthy, and be bringing awareness and be everybody be well and healthy, basically, because
exactly.
I had there's also all these mold issues, right? You don't know what's hiding behind wallpaper. So if your kid is constantly having like asthma or sneezing or coughing, and there is a cough that he cannot get rid of, really look around the furniture, the stuff that he spends most time around. It could be that disgusting carpet. It could be that mattress that is like third generation passed over. It could be that duvet, that is got something in it that is not, good, allergic to that or whatever. So there's always, it's not just antibiotics, guys. So find where the symptoms come from. Thank you, Alex, and I'm really enjoying seeing you and your stylish baby room. Looking really cozy.
Thank you.
And we're gonna make sure to our listeners they can read all this information so they have it forever as a reference if they need to go shopping for the baby. Thank you.
Sounds good. And if you have any questions, you can check me out at Alex Shield Design. Send me a message. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. And yeah, if you need any help with designing a healthy, sustainable interior, let me know.
Follow Alex because he always comes up with some new stuff that we didn't know we should be watching out for. So take care, guys. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.